Hey, this is Andrea and welcome to Productive C#. In this video I want to talk about the LINQ quantifiers operators. Here I have a collection of numbers, 1, 2, 3 up to 10, and I'm printing the counts of the numbers in this list. Okay, if I run this program, you can see it's actually printing 10. Okay, the first operator I want to show you is the any operator. Let's say, for example, I want to count if this list of numbers contains at least one number. So one way of doing it would be to just say numbers.count greater than 0, something like that, and if I run it, it will actually pass. However, this is not very efficient because calling count, the method count, on an enumerable of integers, for example, will enumerate the entire collections. And in order to check that if there is at least one element, you don't necessarily need to iterate through all the elements. In fact, the any operator is the best way of doing this. As you can see, Visual Studio suggests you to actually replace this statement with numbers.any. And I can apply this refactoring, and then I will achieve the same result. This is true. Okay, so if, for example, I remove all the elements and I run this code, I will say false because there are no elements. Okay, if you look inside the implementation of any, as you can see, what the framework is doing is simply just getting the enumerator from the enumerable and doing move next. If move next succeed, it means that there is at least one element, and then immediately return true. So it doesn't do the entire enumeration of the collection. And this is critical. So it's very important to understand this, and always use any when you want to check that there is at least one element in a collection. However, any also allows you to add a filter and check that, for example, all the elements satisfy particular collection. Not all elements, at least one element satisfy the predicate I'm passing. In this case, I'm saying, okay, I want to check if the collection has at least one element greater than 5. Right? In this case, of course, there are, and this will be true. If, like, for example, I check that I want to check if there is at least one element greater than 10, in this case, there aren't, any will return false. So any is a very useful method that can be used to check if there is at least one element in a collection that satisfy a particular condition. If you want to check that all the elements satisfy a particular condition in your list, you need to use the all operator. And it works the same way, but in this case, iterating through the entire collection and checking that all the elements satisfy this statement. Let's say, for example, I want to check that all the elements are greater than 1. This will return false because there is 1 in the collection. But if I say all the elements should be greater than 0, in this case, the code will return true because all the numbers in the list are greater than 0. Excellent. The last quantifier operator is contains. Contains allows you to check if an enumerable contains the particular element you are looking for. In this case, I'm checking if 0 is in the list, and if I run this code, it will return false, of course. If I want to check that number 4 is in there, in this case, we return true. Okay, so the three operators, the quantifiers operators in LINQ, are any, all, and contains. And they are all quite popular, and most of the code bases using C# are using these operators quite extensively. The most important things to remember: don't use count in order to check if there is at least one element in a collection. I've seen this error made many times in various code bases, so always use any. It is more efficient and avoid you to do multiple enumeration of the collection that are unnecessary. Said that, this is all for this particular video. Thank you very much for watching.